Well, hi again, everybody. Those of you who watch this show regularly know we always start off with memorabilia. We're going to start off with a really cool one this time. This is a Dodger calendar from 1984-85, and it starts off, it's pretty funny. It starts off in February of 84. But look at what they got in here, man. You got Pedro on the front. Let me get it over here. You got Fernando. Wait a minute. Do it this way. Got Fernando Valenzuela on here. Let's see who else is in here. You got Jerry Royce. It's a full 15. You got Bobby Welch. Look at that. Great picture of Bobby Welch. A bunch of other stars. Let's see who else we got. Oh yeah, you got Bill Russell in here. You got Rick Honeycutt. Look at that Rick Honeycutt shot. Most people today know him as the pitching coach, but he was on the team, baby. All right. Bill Russell. Let's see who else. Oh yeah, Mike Marshall. Look at that one. Good shot of Mike Marshall. And one of my, my old classmate, Kenny Landreau. Went to college together. And last but not least, one of my all-time faves. Got to show him because he's still with the crew. None other than number 16 himself, Rick Monday. Oh, I love it. Good shot of Mo. Anyway, let's start the show with a 10-count countdown for starting up. Let's talk Dodge. Yeah. They're playing tomorrow.
Time for Dodger baseball.
Yeah, big wave. Woo! Hey, everybody. You know who you are. I'm Randy. You know who you are, of course. This is Let's Talk Dodgers for 2025 Spring Training Edition. But spring training is almost, well, it's not over yet. They're just starting games. The season is only a month away, less than a month away. But the games start, not for real, but the games start getting played tomorrow with the first game at noon Los Angeles time, 1 o'clock Mountain time, the Dodgers and the Cubs. Can you believe it? It's finally here. Yeah, spring training games. All right. This is Let's Talk Dodgers, the best first and only video podcast by fans, for fans of your own Los Angeles Dodgers. Wait a minute. Yeah. And it's the 19th of February, 2025. Our last show is about, I guess it was on the 12th, so not too long ago. We finally have the reported figure of which Kershaw signed. It covers him for a one-year deal worth $7.5 million. And in order to make room for Kershaw on the 40-man roster, the Dodgers transferred right-hander River Ryan to the 60-day injured list. We're going to get into a full, I guess you could call it a injury report list, although we're not going to give you the whole team, but we'll give you some of the major components of the team that are still on the IL. We'll talk about it in just a few minutes. All right, let's see. Oh, this is a good one. On Friday last week, well, on Valentine's Day, Andrew Friedman said, and you all know this now, that the team would use 5 starting pitchers until Shohei Ohtani returns to the big league mound. Well, throughout the offseason, you may recall the Dodgers maintained they would likely use a 6-man rotation and help manage the health of their starters and all these Japanese pitchers and the schedules of Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Roki Sasaki particularly, who are accustomed to pitching on that extra day of rest, as Ohtani used to be. So they'll go with 5 until Shohei's ready to go, and probably in May, I guess they're talking about. But I guess after Yoshi and Roki and Glasnow and Snell, you got Gonsolin and May fighting out for that 5th spot. So that should be pretty interesting this spring. We'll see who gets the nod on that. But we got a whole lot of games in spring, 22 games in spring. We'll talk about those in just a few moments. How about that? Woo, big wave, yeah. I know what Vinny was talking about all those years, having the crowd rush over. That's a big rush. Let's get to that injury report. Everybody's been asking me, how's Freddie's ankle? Well, Freeman had ankle surgery on December 5th. He was able to do everything on the field on this past Saturday except for run. However, he's getting closer. He ran a little bit, I guess, running out a base hit or something. But Freeman's been working out on a Boost treadmill, which is it's an interesting little device. It kind of deloads the body weight and allows him to run as it kind of carries him a little. Well, he's been doing that a little bit now. He's up to 80% of his body weight. So he's running with 80%. And he remains optimistic of playing on opening day in Tokyo on March 18th. We'll see if that happens. That'd be a good thing. But don't rush it, Freddie. It's okay. We're deep. He says, I'm perfectly on track for that. We'll get a better sense of when I'm not in an inflated bubble helping me run, but probably middle of next week, meaning this week, or the end of the week. He said, I really have a good sense of how I'm feeling. Well, I'm glad somebody does. Freeman has another target everybody should be talking about. He's looking at getting into Cactus League games on February 27th or 28th. So he's not going to be starting tomorrow, I guess, no. But he's going to take a couple of days, and we might see him next week. So that's cool. The Dodgers begin Cactus League play on Thursday. There's another target, one he aims for every season, but he's not going to make it this week. The goal, he says, is 162 games. Hopefully it's 161 because I always take the game off after we win the division. I'm doing everything I can to make sure I'm ready for 162. I hope you're right. Sorry, no calls during the show. Yeah, no calls during the show. We're going to have to turn off the mic or something like that. Hang on. No. Sorry. You can't have that. Yeah, we can't have that. We'll just take that out for now. All right. Everyone in the media's been talking about, everybody in the media has been talking about our pitching staff. It's no secret. We got a zillion guys. The Dodgers are the envy of all of baseball right now, once again. Check out this list of potential 2025 starters for us. You ready? Kershaw when he comes back. Blake Snell. I don't have enough fingers for this. Yamamoto. Tyler Glasnow. Shohei Ohtani when he comes back. Roki Sasaki. Tony Gonsolin. Dustin May. Bobby Miller. Landon Knack. Justin Robleski. Remember him? And Ben Kasparius. That's 12 guys right there. Wow. But let's talk about the guys on the injured list. We mentioned him a second ago. Emmett Sheehan. Well, he's not on. He wasn't in this list. He's not due to come back until maybe May or June. He's going to return for rehab starts sometime in the beginning of the season. He had Tommy John surgery. And Nick Frazo began last season as the Dodger number 2 prospect. He missed all of 2024 after shoulder surgery. He's another starting option. He's not on that list. Of course, Clayton's coming back. He's recovering from his left toe and his left knee injuries. He's expected to return in June at the earliest, so probably July. And he underwent surgeries in November, expects to begin throwing bullpen season sometime in March. So we don't know when Kershaw. If he's updated, let's see. Last week they updated and say he's going to start throwing in March. All right, we'll see what happens. Now, for the rest of the injuries that we know about, Evan Phillips had a torn muscle in the right rotator cuff. He's expected to return possibly opening day, so we'll see him at the end of spring training, I hope. Michael Kopech, remember that guy? Yeah. Well, he had a right forearm tightness thing going on. He's expected to return probably opening day. We're not going to see him the first week of spring training, I don't think. So we'll see him in games probably next week or the week after. Also, we mentioned a minute ago, River Ryan, he's recovering from Tommy John surgery. His expected return is really late in the season, if then. Maybe late 2025 at the earliest. He had TJ surgery after exiting his start last August 11th with right forearm tightness. So he's out for, I'm guessing, probably September. We'll see him in September. See you in September. Gavin Stone, remember that guy who took down the brunt of the injuries and everything last year? He's recovering from right shoulder surgery. He's expected to return in 2026. We're not going to see Gavin Stone this season. And last but not least, Brusdar Graterol. People forgot about him. He is recovering from right shoulder surgery. Expected return probably the second half of the season. It's okay, Graterol. Don't worry about it. We don't need the bazooka till midway in the season. We'll probably see him second half of 25. All right, let's get into some fun stuff. The whole thing's fun. It's a podcast. First fun fact of today is this. As I predicted before in the last couple of shows, all spring training games will be seen on Sportsnet LA this spring. Can I get an amen for that one? Yeah. And I'll let you know after the first few games whether or not you can use some of those 4 secret ways that we always talk about. Those of you who don't have cable or any kind of way to watch the games, we got a secret 4 ways. Shh. I'll let you know on next show, okay? And the next show is going to be after the first series, so we'll know by then what's going on, all right? And if there's a break-in, I'll maybe put something up on the Facebook page. All right. What else is going on this spring? It's pretty amazing. I'm sure you guys have heard about it coming. Well, it's coming to the big leagues, not this year, but in another year or two. But in the spring, they're going to do it. Welcome to the ABS Challenge System. As you know, AAA minors have been playing around with the ABS Challenge System on balls and strikes, the robo-umps, for the last couple of years. During the Grapefruit and Cactus League seasons this spring, the automated ball and strike system, presented by T-Mobile, as it's officially called, will be in place for roughly 60% of the spring training games, as Major League Baseball uses exhibition season to determine whether the system is suitable for Major League Baseball players. And the minors have already had it for about a season and a half. And the quote from MLB is, "This is a pretty big decision for the game of baseball." That's from MLB Executive Vice President of Baseball Operations, Morgan Sword. "We want everybody to get to weigh in on it. So there are 13 spring training ballparks covering 19 home games, 13 spring training ballparks covering 19 home teams with shared facilities like the Dodgers, White Sox. They're all equipped for technology. So at one point or another, every team this spring is going to be equipped with the technology and get to see it. Every team will get to play games which they have the opportunity to challenge balls and strikes that they feel the umpires may have gotten wrong. And through this system, they will not be in place for the 2025 regular season, as I mentioned, at the major league level. Successful implementation this spring could get the industry at large on board with the idea of bringing it into the big leagues in the not too distant future, meaning maybe next year or the year after. But for this year, I know the minors are going to be doing it. So that's going to be cool. All right, we haven't done this in a while. We got a Do You Care? It's a kind of a cool one. I don't know if you heard about this. It just happened the other day. On Tuesday, I guess that's yesterday, Justin Turner, remember that guy? Well, he was in agreement with the Cubs on a one-year deal worth $6 million plus another $2.5 million in incentives. And once the Northsiders lost out on the bidding for their free agent bid for third baseman Alex Bregman, the Cubs front office went and after the veteran Turner to bolster the bench. And to that I say,
Do you care?
And in this case, you know what? Yeah, I do care. Because if JT ends up finishing playing with the Cubs, and he turned 40 in November, well, in this case, I care because if and when he is finished playing, maybe at the end of this season, it would be cool if he either came back as a Dodger for one day next year and or became a player coach or a coach. That would be oh so cool. We love having JT on the coaching staff, wouldn't we? Yeah. That guy's got to be a Dodger for life. Also, Let's Talk Dodger fan Bobby K. Shout out to Bobby K. Says he thinks I should get into sort of like shortening the podcast, much like the pitch clock has shortened up games for the teams. So I've cut out a few features this time. We'll see how it goes, Bobby. Hope he's watched this episode so far. Are you still watching, Bobby? You still out there? Okay. All right, notable dates coming up in the major leagues. First of all, tomorrow, February 20th, first game with the Cubs at Camelback Ranch. Yeah. Woo-hoo! Go Dodgers. First game at the Cubs, Camelback Ranch tomorrow, noon our time, 12:05, 1:05 Arizona time. The next day on Friday, February 21st, Cubs with the Dodgers in Mesa at Sloan Park. All right. Remember, all games on Sportsnet LA. I'll probably duck back in here on Friday to let you know, or maybe Thursday, let you know if it's available on our secret ways. We'll talk about that again. Also, March 18th and 19th, the Dodgers and Cubs meet in Tokyo. So this is going to be sort of a sneak preview series to see who's on the staff, although I'm sure you're going to see a lot of minor leaguers too tomorrow and Friday with the Cubs. All right, March 23rd through 25th, Dodgers and Halos play their Freeway Series. That'll be fun. And March 27th, opening day at Dodger Stadium, Dodgers host Detroit Tigers. All right? Yeah. Okay, more fun stuff. We're making it fast, Bobby. We're trying to go fast. One of the strangest things about the 25 season is that two major league teams are going to be playing their home games in minor league stadiums. You already know about the Oakland A's moving to Sacramento for a few years while the new park's being built in Las Vegas. Dodgers will not visit the A's this year to play up at where the Sacramento Park is. But the Blue will be traveling to play the other team that's using a minor league stadium this year when they play the Tampa Bay Rays. Their stadium, Tropicana Field, was ripped apart by Hurricane Milton in October last year. So they're going to be playing all their home games in the spring home of the Yankees at Steinbrenner Field, formerly known as Legends Field, in Tampa. And the kicker is that the stadium only holds about 11,000. That should be crazy. And wouldn't it be funny if most of it was Dodger fans? Anyway, at least the A's are going to have 10,620 something seats in their grass berms and all that stuff up there in Sacramento. and I think they have a capacity up to 14,000 with the grassy area in West Sacramento. They're going to be playing at Sutter Health Park, formerly known as Raleigh Field, from 2000 to 2019. The A's will be sharing the facility with the regularly scheduled Sacramento River Cats, which is going to be weird for them. The Dodgers will not play in Sacramento this year. The A's are coming here. But next year in 26, the Dodgers will play up there in Sacramento. So that should be kind of cool. All right, let's do our shout-outs. Let's get them out real fast. Today we have those who have chimed in lately in the Let's Talk Dodgers forum. But I first want to acknowledge a few who have recently joined our page. These are newbies who are just watching Let's Talk Dodgers and joined the page for the first time in the last couple of weeks. So we have Ernesto R., Scott P., Barbara B., Cal H., Teresa F., Rosemary R., Lupita V., Victor R., Carlos L., Diego R. up in Ridgecrest, and Melissa H., who works at a Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Are you at SeaTac? Wow, way to go, Melissa, for representative. Hope you're dripping in Dodger blue watching this podcast. Shout out to all the newbies. Okay, next up, we have our regular shout-outs. We got some new ones and some old ones. You'll remember the names because you hear them every week, almost every week. Bradley A., Kazuko I., Bobby K., Christy V., it's Christy V. M., Scott L., Noah S., Masaki B., Debbie D., Aaron G., Lynn T., Kathy E., Paul D., Roger E., and you and me, and Fox Cali, because he is El Zorro. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. Appreciate it. And thanks to all your friends who watch. Tell all your friends to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us here on Facebook all year long. Tell your friends to watch us. Tell them to like us on Facebook and hit the subscribe button by all means in YouTube. And we're always talking Dodgers in here. You know that. Come on. We're always talking memorabilia. We're always talking about anything to do with Dodgers. So here we go. If you have fan mail, you can toss it on the Facebook page or write to letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. Am I moving fast enough, Bobby? Let me know. This date in history. This date in Dodger history. February 19th. Well, there's a couple of things. First, in baseball history on this date. This is a cool one. Back in 1912 on this date, Cracker Jacks, you know, the sugar-coated popcorn, peanuts and a prize. Well, from the immortalized song that they were immortalizing, Take Me Out to the Ballgame, on this date, 1912, Cracker Jacks introduced that prize in every box. And in 1914, the manufacturer began inserting the first of 2 company-produced baseball card issues featuring Major League players, including those from the short-lived Federal League. So thank you, Cracker Jacks. They're the ones that kept this whole thing going all these years. Way to go for nostalgia. And on this date in Dodger history, in 1983, Fernando Valenzuela, the guy we just saw. Let's see, there he is. On this date in 1983, Fernando became the first ever player ever to be awarded $1 million in an arbitration case. How cool is that? The then 22-year-old Mexican southpaw had compiled a career record of 34-20 during his first 3 years with the Dodgers, but it was on this date in 1983 that Fernando got $1 million as his, I guess, his arbitration case finished up. So that's pretty cool. All right, I got some stats of the day before we close it out. Let's see what we have here. And no stats yet because there's no games, but I have some stats. We mentioned last time that Clayton Kershaw is 32 Ks shy of 3,000 strikeouts. If he gets those, he'll be the 4th lefty to ever do so, and the 20th guy to ever do it, and only one of 5 guys to have ever done it with the same team. How cool is that? Wow, that's just crazy. And in that category, he's got a long way to go with maybe, well, let's see. Yeah, he's got about, well, he's not going to be back for a while, so it's going to be a while before we see it. All right. Also, Freddie Freeman. This guy's working on something, too, a lifetime accomplishment. He's 134 shy of 4,000 total bases in a career. That's pretty cool. In that category, he has a long way to go before maybe the 100-plus guys in front of him, with Hank Aaron being the leader at 6,856 total bases, just to give you an idea. Also, just to give you an idea, the only Dodger in the top 100, this guy should be in the Hall of Fame. Steve Garvey at number 100 has 3,941 total bases for his career. Come on, he should be in the Hall of Fame. All right. What else we got going on? In addition, Freeman is the active leader and tied for 109th all-time in career times on base. Wow. Kershaw's 18 seasons will tie him with Bill Russell and Hall of Famer Zach Wheat for the most in Dodger history in one uniform. How about that for the Dodgers? Those 3 guys will be the only ones ever to do 18 seasons or more in a Dodger uniform. How about that? Wait a minute. One more stat of the day and we'll let you go. Last Saturday, there are 13 pitchers in the Dodgers spring training camp this year who are 26 years old or younger. Well, that one makes you think, doesn't it? That's pretty crazy. A lot of young guys in there. All right, let's get you out to the ballpark. First spring game coming up tomorrow, Thursday, February 20th, against the Cubs. That game will be at 12:05, 1:05 Mountain Time. Also, ding, 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 this is a Cheryl alert. Do we have a Cheryl alert going? Yeah, okay. This is for Cheryl. It's also going to be on MLB Network Live in most of the country, maybe even here. Maybe even here. Check local listings. But SNLA has it in LA, and also MLB Network has it in the rest of the country. So, Cheryl, if you're up there somewhere in Washington or whatever, check it out on MLB Network. All 22 spring games will be airing on Sportsnet LA. 15 games of those will be on AM 570 LA Sports, and 6 games on Spanish radio station KTNQ 1020 AM. Remember La Super Q? I don't know if they still call it that. The Spectrum Sportsnet LA slate begins with the Dodgers' first game, and that is tomorrow. All right, we've shelved a couple things to make this a little bit quicker, and we'll talk to you again soon, probably after the Cubs series, over the weekend maybe. Keep watching the Facebook page. I also try to write in all kinds of neat stuff that's going on that nobody knows about. And also you can write me at letstalkdodgers@gmail.com or right here on the Facebook page. Thanks for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. Thanks for watching. We got you covered, and hope you enjoy the show. We'll see you next time. All right, how's that, Bobby? Was that short enough for you? And guess what? With that,
Program complete.